Strides for property tax reform from the Ohio State House. What's happening in the legislature for your upcoming tax bills?
Find out what happened with Senator Merkley's filibuster speech in the Senate and what points he is trying to bring to attention.
Donald Trump is promising important updates to the war in Ukraine after meeting with NATO General Mark Rutte. Learn more about the meetings that took place.
Players in the WNBA made their voice heard, and it seems like it's been paying off. That and more as your Wednesday newscast at 6 starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good Wednesday evening, Portage County, and welcome to tonight's newscast at 6. I'm Evan Schofield.
And I'm Ryan Mead. Thank you for joining us.
The Ohio House is working through over a dozen House bills reforming property taxes this fall.
Following the legislative actions for property tax reform, KSTV's Sydney Brown joins us now. Hi, Sydney.
Hi guys, good evening. Since Governor DeWine's veto of suggested changes to property taxes earlier this year, the Ohio House of Representatives now has 3 House bills in the Senate with potential decreases to taxes as soon as this February. Property tax reform is on the legislative radar after Governor Mike DeWine vetoed a provision in the state budget at the start of the year that would have changed how property taxes are collected. After his veto, DeWine put together a working group on property tax reform to come up with a different solution.
These were things that needed to get done. The legislature really has not taken strong action in almost 50 years.
Most would probably agree that it would be great if their property taxes were lowered or disappeared altogether.
It's the primary issue, frankly, that we're working on.
A lot of people just feeling the burdens of all the costs, one of them being property taxes.
State Rep David Thomas from Ashtabula County has introduced a handful of bills. 2 have already passed the House and are in the Senate for approval. The governor's working group unanimously recommended them. One changes the way property taxes are calculated by separating home value increases from tax increases. And the second reduces property tax collections by giving county budget commissioner more power to adjust levies and lower tax rates with local governments collect more than they need.
I think people are just done. They're fed up. They've not seen the legislature act. That's why I ran, because things weren't getting done.
Earlier this year, DeWine vetoed a provision that would have prevented the use of current home values for emergency and replacement levies. The legislator overrode that veto with the working group's recommendations.
We made those small tweaks. Totally not worth the vetoes, but semantics.
Some are worried that changes benefit the taxpayer, but not the entities who need the money, like school districts.
They were allowed to use the increased value of the homes, and now you're no longer allowed to do that.
Representative Thomas says these bills ideally will be signed by the governor by Thanksgiving, so residents can see a change in their property tax bills for the second half of the year.
There will be action on it. There will be resolution to try to provide relief in a meaningful way for Ohio taxpayers.
The Ohio House passed House Bill 186 today, also sponsored by Representative Thomas, limiting how fast school taxes can grow when property values rise and lowering existing bills for many homeowners. Kent Stater TV will continue to follow this story as legislation moves into the Senate. For Kent Stater TV, I'm Sydney Brown.
Cleveland Congresswoman Shotel Brown and Cuyahoga Executive Chris Rutain had a press conference earlier at the Village of Healing earlier today. This was to discuss potential health care cuts that could impact the lives of residents in Northeast Ohio. Brown said that President Donald Trump is creating a health care crisis that could cut the costs of impact people in our area.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV.
Hello, Portage County. Like they were saying, here is today's weather. From what I have been noticing, it's looking like we skipped fall and winter and ran straight to spring with all this rain we've been having. As you can see, Sandusky is a solid 66 degrees, and it looks like Ashtabula is a little down from there with 55 degrees. It is getting so cold outside, so stay safe out there. In Youngstown, it's 59 degrees, and in Mansfield, we have 64, looking pretty similar all across the board in Northeast Ohio. And as we move forward into today's weather, we can see that it was 46 degrees with rain. I know for a fact that I was so chilly outside with these 15-mile-per-hour winds we were having, and it looks like it's not going to get any warmer from what I've been seeing lately. And then the humidity today was 79%, which wasn't too bad because of the cold weather, but just reassurance for that. And then as we move into the hourly for tonight at 8 p.m., it is 44 degrees, and then up until 12 a.m. it is also 44 degrees. It's about 47% chance at 8, and then going down into the night, it stays at 32%. So stay inside, keep warm, and you can finally turn your AC off at your apartment. And with all of that being said, that's all I have for you right now, and I'll be back shortly with tomorrow's forecast and the extended.
Disagreements going on in the United States.
Find out about the informal filibuster speech that just wrapped up. Here's Nick Sheffa with the news.
Thanks, guys. That's right. The almost 24-hour marathon speech has just wrapped up. Democratic Senator Jeff Merkley has been speaking since around 6:20 to around 5:30 today. The Oregon Senator has talked for nearly a full day, speaking about President Donald Trump's actions. He says that Trump is acting like an authoritarian and using federal troops without permission, abusing his power. In Merkley's opening remarks, he said that he is bringing awareness to what is happening.
I've come to the Senate floor tonight to ring the alarm bells. We're in the most perilous moment, the biggest threat to our republic since the Civil War. President Trump is shredding our Constitution.
The state of Oregon is asking federal judges to get the National Guard out of Portland. Around 100 National Guards have already stepped foot in Oregon to fulfill Trump's plan of protecting ICE agents and federal properties from violent protesters. Many locals say that they don't want federal help and have been aided by California Governor Gavin Newsom, who plans on filing a lawsuit over the deployment. Republicans have spent the last couple days ridiculing the No Kings protest over the weekend. A new poll has been showing that the supposed message behind the anti-Trump rallies is resonating with the American public. A survey from the American Religion Research Institute gives people two options to decide whether Trump is a strong leader or a dangerous dictator. The survey shows 56% of Americans are in favor of the dangerous dictator option. Many people in the country feel that there is an unrest in the United States and not many questions are being answered. Stay up to date with the Kent Stater for more news. For KSTV, I'm Nick Sheffa.
Thanks, Nick. President Donald Trump is promising news about the war in Ukraine as he is currently meeting with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte in the White House. This comes as it appears that Trump is backing off plans to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in the near future. This meeting is to propose a new bipartisan bill that would impose new sanctions on Russia.
Vice President J.D. Vance is in Jerusalem today with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as he joins a U.S. team trying to keep the ceasefire truce on track. Along with the team, Vance wants to continue making sure Phase 2 of the truce is in place. Netanyahu described this meeting as an opportunity to make decisions jointly in a very tight-knit and trusted partnership. Phase 2 will be harder than initially believed, according to NPR.org.
The Louvre has reopened today for the first time since the heist of France's crown jewels. Police are still on the hunt for the 4 thieves who made off with 8 pieces from a museum in a daylight robbery that took only 4 minutes. A Paris prosecutor said the stolen jewels have an estimated worth of $102 million US. There are now over 100 investigators trying to find a race to retrieve the jewels.
Find out how much HBO Max will be raising its prices when we return.
Welcome to
Kent Core.
Kent Core.
To Kent Core.
Did you know that children growing up with poor air quality have smaller lungs and higher rates of asthma than children that grow up with good air quality? And unfortunately, poor communities have poor air quality. IQ Air Foundation is working to change this. Today, the IQ Air Foundation provides filtration technology to schools with poor air quality through our Clean Air for Kids program. Our goal is to help over 50,000 school children every year breathe over 90% cleaner air indoors, helping to level the playing field, reduce barriers to learning, reduce sick days, and increase test scores. Mitigating poor air quality is key to environmental justice. Help Clean Air for Kids reach more children at IQAirFoundation.org.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Teen Driver Safety Week.
That's right, Ryan. Our own Talia Scassa has more on this. Hi, Talia.
Thanks, guys, and good evening. In honor of this week being National Teen Driver Safety Week, I spoke with local driver's education training manager John Sawyer and Lieutenant Mike Lewis of Kent Police Department.
The biggest thing is, and you mentioned it, is the distracted driving. That to me has become a lot of state troopers will tell you that that's probably as big a problem as some of the other issues they have to deal with, impaired driving and so on. The distracted driving is causing a lot of
Traffic crashes are a leading cause of death in teens aging from 15 to 20 years old. With distracted driving being a rising factor in car crashes, makes this week more important than ever. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reports more than 3,000 deaths were caused by distracted driving. Teens need to understand the traffic laws of Ohio and the consequences that come with distracted driving.
We have to be responsible and set a good example first and foremost. So obviously kids learn a lot of life lessons from watching their parents. So as difficult and challenging as it might be, parents need to set a good example and make sure that they're showing their kids that you should not be distracted when you're driving.
Before handing over the keys, parents need to play a critical role in their teens' driving. It is important for parents and guardians to be a model for their teens behind the wheel. With over 2,000 teens being in a fatal car crash in 2023, National Teen Driver Safety Week is more important for parents to remind their teens of safe driving. The NHTSA gives guardians tips on how to talk about safe driving. For more information on safe driving, look at the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's website. And for more info, check out thekentstater.com. For KSTV, I'm Talia Scassa.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm. This is your KSTV weather.
Welcome back, and I'm feeling a chilly breeze coming in with 13-mile-per-hour winds heading our way tomorrow, but luckily there is no rain. It's 49 degrees and cloudy tomorrow with winds of 13 miles per hour west and a sunset at 6:32. It is getting so early for our sunsets, so make sure you get the last of that sunshine while it lasts. And the rain chance is low with 24%, which is a lot different from what you're about to see in our extended, and so I will move into that. With the rest of the week, it is looking pretty much the same. Tomorrow and Friday is 49 degrees, and then it gets up into the 50s the rest of the week. There is a rain percentage chance on Wednesday of 59%, which looks like it will be our highest. And on Saturday and Sunday, we're still getting some sunshine in with a little bit of cooler temperatures. So you might not have to wear a coat yet, but it is coming, guys. So be warned. And I just know for me, I saw people walking outside today and having just a really great time with a little bit of a chill. And the clouds are moving in. And with the month of October coming to a close, I have just a few more Halloween jokes for you. Today's is, what do witches ask for at hotels? Broom service. That's all I have today. Tune in next Wednesday to hear more from me with KSTV. I'm Faith Nelson.
Thank you, Faith. Between Toys R Us barring a comeback and Roblox lawsuits, our own Claire Duber has more for us.
What do you have more for us in pop culture, Claire?
Thank you and good evening. If you are a user of the social media platform X, you may want to check on your account's status. Due to the platform formerly known as Twitter launching a marketplace where inactive user handles can be sold, requests will likely be reviewed within 3 business days, X says, but not all requests will be approved. Prices for buying a handle can cost up to 7 figures. Get ready to feel nostalgic as Toys R Us is returning amid the holiday season. The former retail store announced it will be opening more than 30 new stores in the United States. In 2018, Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy and closed more than 700 stores, with 8 staying as permanent flagship stores and 20 as temporary seasonal shops. Florida officials have launched a criminal investigation into Roblox. The details entail the state accusing the company of failing to protect younger audiences from inappropriate content. Roblox says it is rolling out age estimation tools to better protect users. Lastly, HBO Max is raising its prices, with basic plans going up $1 a month or $10 for annual subscriptions. These prices are immediately applied for new customers and will inform existing subscribers 30 days ahead of plan renewals. Prices will go up starting from the next billing date on or after November 20th. These prices vary depending on monthly or yearly subscriptions. For KSTV, I'm Claire Duber.
Thank you, Claire. While many would expect a bear to be aggressive, one in California was the exact opposite. We tell you more later.
And the NBA is back, and it started off the season with a bang as the defending champion Thunder won a thriller over the Houston Rockets. We'll see how OKC got their title defense started and more.
So much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite. Unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. Living seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic. To change the writing on the wall. Writing on the wall. Book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first to change a life.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine. And I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and Mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns, like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, you know, it's gonna be cool. She's my superhero. Good job, kitty cat. When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
WNBA players may be receiving a boost in their paycheck. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said earlier on to the Today Show that WNBA players should be receiving an increase in the cycle of collective bargaining agreements. The WNBA has recently added teams and is believed to have seen an increase in value over the past few seasons. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert says that she expects the deal to be between players and league to be done very soon.
Well, Ron, to be honest with you, I sure am happy with these agreements with these WNBA players.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like the path that's best for both parties, and so we're excited to see where things go.
Yeah, 100%. We're now joined by our sports correspondent, Maddox Miller. Now, Maddox, what do you think about this?
I mean, yeah, guys, I think whatever gets the players paid more and, more importantly, I believe avoid a lockout is what the WNBA needs to seek. But while the WNBA offseason goes on, there's still plenty of other sports in season. So let's start with some Kent State athletics, where we're going to go to the volleyball court as the Kent State volleyball team takes on Central Michigan tomorrow evening. The Flashes are looking to win their second straight game after Friday's victory over Miami of Ohio. This will be the first of 2 straight games against the Chippewas, as both games will be played at home with games starting at 6 o'clock. Over on the soccer field, the Kent State soccer team welcomes in Toledo tomorrow night for their final home game of the season. The Golden Flashes are looking to get back on track after Sunday's loss to Western Michigan as they seek to secure their spot in the MAC tournament. The game will be played at Zeller Field at Dick Stadium and will kick off at 7 o'clock. Now we're going to get to some NBA highlights as the Oklahoma City Thunder took on the Houston Rockets. We're actually going to go late into the second quarter as Kevin Durant is going to get in his bag here and hit a mid-ranger. 57-47 now, time winding down the second, and Ajay Mitchell is going to nail this 3 at the buzzer. We head now to the third quarter where Alperen Şengün is going to nail a 3 of his own, the big man showing that 3-point shot. And he's going to now show some post work here in the fourth quarter with the little hook shot there. We head later into the fourth quarter now, 104-102. And the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is going to get this midi to go, 104-104. And we have overtime, the first game of the NBA season, 113-115. Now it's going to be Şengün again. He would finish with 39 points on the night as he slams it in, collecting his own rebound. Now we head into double overtime, where SGA, Shai Gilgeous, going to draw the foul on former Thunder Kevin Durant, and this would send him to the line. And SGA, he was known for shooting free throws last year. He's going to keep shooting them here. He knocks down to 125-124 Thunder victory. SGA, 35 points on the night. Thunder start their defense hot with a Game 1 victory. And while the NBA season opened yesterday, there are some key primetime games tonight that I want to look at. Starting in New York, the Cleveland Cavaliers take on the New York Knicks. These two teams are favorites to win the East, but I think the Cavs will take the win on the road. And later in the evening, it is a Texas showdown between the Dallas Mavericks and San Antonio Spurs as Cooper Flagg makes his long-awaited debut. Despite that, I see San Antonio getting a win as they look to start their season strong. And with that, that's all I have for today. To stay up to date, all things Kent State or more, head over to kentstater.com. For KSTV Sports, I'm Maddox Miller.
Can asking ChatGPT for Powerball numbers help you win the lottery? Find more about this incredible story after this short break.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Okay, here we go, throw it! Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
Welcome back. Take notes if you play the Powerball, as this might help you. A 45-year-old Michigan woman, Tammy Carvey, recently got the winning numbers from a Michigan lottery ticket by using ChatGPT. After playing her numbers in a September 6th drawing, she checked her numbers and won. She got $100,000 for just asking for numbers. Her mortgage will be paid off with her earnings, so maybe I should take notes on how to win the lottery.
A California zoo had a very unexpected visitor in its bear enclosure. A wild black bear stuck into the park and mangled with enclosed bears through an enclosed fence. Officials say that the bear was polite, curious, and not aggressive. They suspect that the bear has made its way into the park by climbing a tree. The bear was not harmed as the park workers opened a gate and the bear wandered out.
All right, well, we talked about that bear, which is, what a crazy story that is. Yes. I wanted to ask the question, I don't know who wants to start. Who is your favorite bear? Like, out of all culture, all
Who or
movies,
what type of?
What
just
character? You know, bear character or type of bear, anything.
I think that polar bears are pretty cool. I mean, they're pretty scary.
They're dangerous.
They're dangerous, very dangerous, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I also like polar bears. I was a semi-decent We Bare Bears fan growing up, and I was, I liked Ice Bear a lot. Obviously, I grew up on Winnie the Pooh as well, and I really liked, yeah, I mean, pretty much everyone did.
I love Winnie the Pooh. When I was little, I had a Winnie the Pooh bedroom. I just love that he loves honey.
Yes.
That's awesome. I want to take a sports approach to this. A Chicago Bear. I'm a big DJ Moore guy. He's my favorite kind of bear. He's a good receiver, good separation.
Panther. And now he's a bear.
Panther, now a bear. DJ Moore. That is pretty much what I'm going to have to say about that. But
I don't know if I like any of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Bears aren't really good. I mean,
No, they're doing
proven.
all right.
They're proven.
They're doing all right.
The Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad News Bears.
Yes, the Berenstein Bears.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
Yes,
That was a great, was it show?
Steen or Stein?
That's always something I've never known. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The Mandela Effect.
The Mandela Effect?
The Mandela
Yeah.
I actually didn't read a lot of Berenstein Bears growing up.
Really?
No, I did. It was a lot of Give a Mouse a Cookie.
Ooh.
And what was the one with the bird? It was like
the pigeon to drive the school bus.
Yes.
That one's really
I
good.
remember that one.
Yes.
Personal favorite.
All right, well, that was a good talk, guys. Appreciate you. That wraps up our Wednesday newscast.
For more from us, check us over at kentstater.com. I'm Ryan Mead.
I'm Maddox Miller.
I'm Talia Scassa.
And I'm Evan Schofield. Have a great night, Portage County.
Will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Can you help me?
Mom, Dad, we're going out.
Thank you.
Oh, look, they're playing chess.
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
She's real sick, huh? Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor. How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
You heard him, organdonor.gov.
More donors means